Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I am Ryan Boland. Thank you all for joining me. Good news for all men has just occurred in America. Now, you say, what in the world am I talking about? Well, as some of you probably already know, and I haven't been covering this at all, but I have to talk about this. Johnny Depp has won his defamation case against his ex-wife. I think it's $15 million, and she countersued for $2 million. But he's won, and that's good news for Johnny Depp, whom I really, really like as an actor, and it's good news for all men in America. Now, you may, like I said, you may be asking, why do I say it's good news for all men? Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to read a portion of a very short article, and then when I'm finished reading that portion of the short article, I'm going to give you my reasons why I say that Johnny Depp's win is good news for all men. So let's get into this. The title of the article is Johnny Depp wins $50 million defamation claim. Amber Heard partial $2 million win and counterclaim. The jury in the Fairfax County, Virginia courthouse decided Wednesday that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard each wronged the other, though Depp was the more aggrieved party in the defamation suit and countersuit that captivated the country. Depp sued Heard, his former wife, for a 2018 post in the Washington Post, or 2018 article in the Washington Post that claimed she was a victim of domestic abuse. She did not name Depp directly, but it was clear from the context that she was accusing Depp of having abused her. And then the article goes on to say that, let me find something else here. There's one part that says the jury found for Depp on all three of his defamation claims regarding the article, awarding him $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages. The jury found for Heard on only one of her two claims, awarding her $2 million in compensatory damages, but no punitive damages, sending a message that they found her more at fault. And, that's the good news I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about that because that's the good news. It's good news for him. I know, as I said, I haven't been covering this and I haven't been following it intensely or progressively. I haven't been really following this case. I really don't do these kind of YouTube posts. I don't do this kind of stuff. And I know that in comparison to the bigger picture of what's going on in our country with all the mass shootings and so forth, this seems to be very small in comparison. And it is in some sense of the word. It is. But I wanted to cover this because I wanted to give my opinion on why I personally believe that this is good news for all men. As I said earlier, I always admired Johnny Depp. I'm not saying that he's a faultless, sinless person. I don't know nothing. I don't know the man. I don't know his personal life. But I've always admired him as an actor all the way back to 21 Jump Street in the 1980s. And then a few other movies. He was also in the first Nightmare on Elm Street. He was the one that got sucked into the bed, and Freddy sucked him into the bed, and all that big river of geyser blood came up out of the bed. That was Johnny Depp. He starred in Sleepy Hollow. And I forget that musical. He started in a musical. I mean, he's just an overall great actor, and I loved him. Love him as an actor. Always admired him. I never watched any of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I never could really get into that. Many people say that really, really put him on the map. But I never could really get into those kind of movies. But people really love him for that. But anyway, nevertheless, what I wanted to say is what I believe that his win is good news for all men. Now, according to some sources state that his ex-wife had defecated in his bed and just some really, really crazy things that she had done. And I thought that was sickening, if she defecated in his bed and accused him of physical abuse. But I believe that this is good news for all men. And the reason for that is because what this says in no uncertain terms is that you can't believe everything a woman say simply because she is a woman. Why do I say that? Because I guess the Me Too movement is all about believe the woman. Believe the woman. In other words, It doesn't matter whether or not she can prove these accusations she has made towards this man. Believe the woman no matter what. And I forget exactly the source that said that the Me Too movement had that motto or pushes that motto. But if that is the case, what I see and have been sensing all this time when they first started this movement, what I see here is that the Me Too movement is all it is a front for radical feminism. When it first came out years ago, I always felt funny about it. I was like, this Me Too movement, what is this really all about? Have you noticed all these movements, this movement, that movement, get this movement going, get this movement. Why don't people just go ahead, go to court, do what they need to do, handle the situation personally, and go on about their business? Everybody got to create a movement. They get money from some organization or some think tank that feels sorry for them, donate all this money, which half of the time they pocketing, and I know they are. And then they create this movement. I'm not saying we don't need certain movements to address certain situations that need to be addressed, but I find it funny, very funny, that all these movements are coming out of nowhere. This movement, that movement. But anyway, this Me Too movement, I always felt something dark and nefarious about it. That it was going to be about something. It was going to smell and reek of radical feminism. And in my opinion, this is really what it is. It's a front for radical feminism. Now, you may be asking, why do I say that? Because what radical feminists believe, they believe that men are, or rather marriage is the creation of the patriarchal head. And that marriage and men are oppressors. And that because men who have created the institution of marriage that is designed according to radical feminists to limit women from being successful and limit women from being great, because of this belief that they have, they believe that they need to destroy all vestiges of strong men. Radical feminists see strong alpha males as a threat to their agenda, as a threat to what they want. That's why radical feminists push sexual immorality. They push sexual immorality because they believe that sexual moral values and moral principles was created by patriarchal men who created the institution of marriage. And that they taught the idea of sexual purity in order to limit and oppress the woman. So radical feminists push this idea of women being free and laying with whatever man you want to lay with. You free. You don't need to submit to that patriarchal concept. This is what these women. And so anything that has to do with protecting a strong male, they are against. And I believe this Me Too movement is just a front for radical feminism. Now, I'm not talking about regular feminism of strong women who have a career and so forth, and they're strong and they're going forth, and because there are such things as alpha females. So I'm not saying that, but although I personally wouldn't want to live with an alpha female, that's just me. That's not the type of man that I am. I've learned that in my previous marriage. That's not. I don't operate like that's not. I'm not that kind of man, and I don't. And people can believe what they want to. But that's not me. You can't make me be that way. So that's we don't even get into that. But there's alpha females, okay. But you have alpha males, alpha females, alpha males, and I respect that. I respect that. I don't have a problem with that. But radical feminism wants to destroy the patriarchal head, destroy strong men, and replace it with the matriarchal head, or replace it with the woman. And I said this at length in one of my previous videos some months ago, that that's what the objective really is all about. And the Me Too movement, which this Amber Heard lady, I think was taking it based on what I know and understand, that she was taking advantage of that belief system, advantage of that movement, and basically accusing Johnny Depp of things that he didn't do, of physical abuse, verbal abuse, or whatever the case may be, and she didn't win. The courts didn't side with her. They sided with the evidence. So this is a blow in the face, in my opinion, to the Me Too movement, which is a front for radical feminism, to destroy the image of men. Believe women no matter what. So if a woman says the man is abusing her, believe it, even if she can't prove it. Well, this case here, and Johnny Depp winning this case here, at least shows an inkling of victory here. This is not just, I'm going to take the back. I'm not going to even say an inkling. I'm going to say a milestone of victory. Johnny Depp's victory is victory for all men in America. That you can, and I'm talking, when I say men, I'm talking about strong men. I'm not talking about these simps. I'm not talking about simps. I'm not talking about these weak beta males. I'm talking about strong men who have strong convictions, and they stand on their principles and stand on their convictions. Those are the kind of men. I'm talking about men, the men of God and men of principles, and just men, strong men of principles like Donald Trump. Oh, I know that's oh my God. I'm not saying Donald Trump was perfect. Clearly he wasn't. But the way I assess Donald Trump is he's a strong man. He stands on his principles and stands on what he believes. Radical feminists hate that because they see that as toxic. But I don't see that as toxic, and neither do God. That's strong, and that's what this society needs. Strong men who will stand on their principles and their convictions and stand on them and be leaders in our community. And Johnny Depp's win is a win for all men in America. And I thank God for that. So good for Johnny Depp. I hope that this type of action with the courts will continue on, and they will go by the evidence and not just simply by something some woman says simply because she's a woman. Believe all women. No, believe the facts. Believe the evidence. Then we can see what was going to happen from there. All right. So I just wanted to lay that out there. I know this is not something I usually cover, but I wanted to lay that out. I wanted to cover this video because I believe that it pushes against the agenda that all women are right and all men are wrong. And it pushes against the agenda that I believe that the Me Too movement represents, which is radical feminism, which is designed to destroy the patriarchal head and replace it with a matriarchal head. So I just wanted to say that. What do you guys think about Johnny Depp's case? Leave your comments in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button. Share this video and subscribe. God bless you all, and see you again on another Black Conservative with Ryan Boland.